Hello, my name is Gennaro. I can also go by G, it depends, right? It's a tough name for some people. But thanks for watching my very first video. This one is very informal, which I think is gonna change here real soon because I'd like to take this seriously. But for my first video, I kind of want to get as much of a brain dump as possible. Why am I doing this? Well, I'm 42. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 42. And for a man, I think I have in that like legit midlife crisis. Start thinking about your legacy and the fact that you are literally halfway through your life, and I don't know about you, but I'm not exactly feeling successful. So I am gonna try something new, see where it takes me, because man, I don't know if it's just the fact that I am at my midlife, or if just life is just that freaking hard right now. Life is hard in the United States for some of us, right? Even as someone who has had a lot of opportunities, for whatever reason, and I think the people that know a lot will especially Mark Manson. I was listening to Mark Manson podcast the other day, and I guess at this stage in my life, or for all of us at this stage in our lives, we start doing a lot of comparison, and we see where other people who have made different choices, where they're at in their life, and we look at ourselves and we're like, I'm not there, so I'm either envious or not, right? And I'm fairly envious. I don't feel like I'm the stereotypical successful, which this is also the start of this journey I think I'm about to embark on, where my goal is to leave the United States. And I'm not trying to like renounce my U.S. citizenship. I love the United States. I was in the Army. I proudly served, and I don't regret any of it. Very happy for that. Very, very grateful to this country and my birthplace, man. See, I was born to Filipino immigrants, and we were not well off by any means. Again, even growing up, in comparison, I was like, definitely ain't got none of that stuff. Looking at like other people, even my friends in school, man, I was like, damn, I'm not living like that. So I think it's time for a change, and I think part of that change is getting somewhere where the cost of living is much less. It is really expensive to exist here in the United States, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and I feel like there's two options. Again, this is just my opinion. I feel like there's two options for someone like us, because he's in his late 30s, and he doesn't exactly feel like he's achieving the American dream either. The benefit he had, and what I suggested to him, I said, you got two choices at this stage in your life, because I feel like I was just there 5 years ago, and I wish I would have heard this, or I wish I would have had this option. For him, it's not too late for him to join the military. I think if you have not joined the military, you should definitely consider it. It was the best decision I ever made in my life. It has afforded me, again, a lot of those benefits that I was talking about, where I guess I am more fortunate than others in that regards, thanks to the military. And the second option, man, if you want to be successful at this stage in the game, you gotta be an entrepreneur. You have to own a business, and you have to create income that is not based on being employed. All right, I think I've gotten far enough away from the landscapers out there doing hard ass work in this Florida sunny summer humid day. So what was I saying? Yes, I was telling my friend, man, you got two options at your age, because he's not in the military, never been enlisted or anything like that. I said to him, you should either, if you want to succeed at this American dream, I think there's two options. I think you can either join the military, find success there. Anyone can find success in the military, by the way. We can talk more about that. Or you got to become a business owner. You can't rely on someone else to pay your bills, man. You can't rely on someone else to pay you, because nobody is safe. Nobody, except military service. For what I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, man. The U.S. military is not. You're not firing anybody. You can mess it up for yourself and get kicked out. That's for sure. But you ain't getting fired out of the military. So I think, again, at his stage in life, and I think really for anyone here in the United States, the two best options are our military service and entrepreneurship. No matter what, either one's gonna be difficult. I'm not saying either one is easy, because the military definitely ain't easy either. I mean, you're getting paid to do work. So pick your job intelligently if you decide to go into the military service. But I wouldn't suggest infantry if you are older. That's definitely a young man's game. I have no regrets joining the infantry. I was badass. I did a lot of cool stuff. But if you can, man, and if you're intelligent enough that you have very good skills that can translate into civilian life, I would say choose your military service based on what you think you would be interested in doing after the military, right? Because some of it is an advantage, some of it is not. And then you really got to take a hard look at yourself as far as like, man, what do you think you're gonna want post-military? Because I did 5 years, and in hindsight, I kind of wish I would have did 25 years. I wish I would have retired out. That would be the second part of my advice to my friend, who I said he has only two options of whether he should join the military or become an entrepreneur and own your own business. I think if you own your own business, man, it is not easy. It is a struggle to be a business owner. But the best part is that you don't rely on anybody else for your income. No one's gonna fire you. You can mess it up for yourself and not be successful. But I think from everything I've heard from every other entrepreneur is that's also part of being an entrepreneur. It's that you are gonna fail a lot. But as soon as you're successful, man, you hit the jackpot. You've got the ticket to the quote American dream if you can become a successful entrepreneur. All right, so to finish up, Oh, one of the reasons why I want to move out of the country is also because I live in the wrong place, man. Or maybe not the wrong place for everyone, right? But I want to move. It is too hot here in Florida. It is crazy hot. As you can see, I'm using an umbrella to get away from the sun, and I'm still sweating my ass off. And I know the world is going through a heat wave right now. And you're right, I should just maybe move to a different place that's not as hot. But you know what? Here in the United States, basically anywhere with the cost of living, the freaking mosquito. Hold on. Got him. Got a shitload of blood out of me, but whatever. The cost of living is just too much anywhere I go, man. So I think my next best option is to just completely downsize my life. At least be able to fit 95% of what I own into a storage unit, and then get out. And just get out for like 6 months. Let me catch my breath. Because, man, I'm telling you, I'm tired of living like I am just keeping my head above water. Like, I can make it work, but it's a lot, man. It's a lot. So, that's the goal. That is the goal for me. Next 12 months, I'm leaving. All right, I'm getting killed by mosquitoes. I gotta stop.